Alright, let's go through the set review for the Mega Evolution set. So, we're looking for the effect Pokemon. So, first on the list, by number, we have the Mega Venusaur EX. With as often as you like during your turn, you may use this ability and move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon, basic grass, to one of your Pokemon. Okay, so Rouge for grass, pretty nice. On this 240 attack. Keep going. Next on the list, there we go, we have a Meganium. Each basic grass energy attached to your Pokemon provide double. Okay, you can only provide one at a time. Alright, so that means that we can only double one grass energy per turn. Okay. Shuckle. Once per turn, this Pokemon has any energy on it, you may use a heal ability to heal one of your Pokemon. Okay, let's go. Ninjask. When you place Pokemon from your hand and evolve one of your Pokemon, you may switch your deck for Shedinja and place it on your bench, then shuffle. Alright, so this summons the Shedinja. Pretty good. We have Mega Camerupt, no effect, but Roast for one fire energy. It does 80 more damage. If the active Pokemon is poisoned, it does 160 more. So total of 240. Base damage 80, not bad. Second attack for a fire and 3 colors is 280. And discard 2 fire energy. Alright. Not that different from Arcanine, the Terra. Alright, intimidating Fang on Pyro. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's act does 20 less damage. Okay, not the best, but that's fine. Cinderace. If this Pokemon is in your hand when you're setting up play, you may put it face down in your active spot. And you like a Flame Turbo, search your deck for the 3 basic energy cards, attach them to your bench Pokemon anywhere you like, then shuffle your deck. Okay, with a 50 damage, that's not bad. I believe this is one of few Pokemon you could just place without that bad of restriction. So, but that effect is only if it's in your starting hand, so that means that you have to get the open hand or mulligan into it. Kyogre. Alright, Mega Abomasnow. Water, Avalanche Hammer, 100 damage, discard it up 6 out of your deck. This card attack does 100 damage for each of the basic water energy discard this way. Okay, High Ceiling, Triple Water, Frost Barrier, 200 damage, and your opponent's next turn takes 30 less damage. Interesting. Oh, Clawitzer, reverse and reload once per turn during your turn. When this Pokemon moves to your active spot to the bench, you may use this ability. Attach up to 2 basic water energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon. Damn, that's pretty strong. You might have a resurgence and Chen Power here. I'm only going through the effect Pokemon because it'll be pretty long to go through just the regular decks. So you'll go through that and just the Mega. So next, we have Mega Manectric EX. I saw this before, it says broken. Flash Ray, double electric, 120 damage during your next turn, prevent all damage done by basic Pokemon to this Pokemon. Amazing. Raging Bolt, nothing. Triple electric, does 200 damage, and if you discard all the energies, it does 130. So that adds up to 330. Knocking out almost all those big hitter EXs. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Going. You have Alakazam. We've already seen the promo for this, ETE promo with Pokemon Center. So when you place Pokemon from your hand, evolves one of your Pokemon, you may draw 3 cards. Going. We have Mega Gardevior EX. Overflowing wishes for 1 psychic energy. For each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for basic psychic energy and attach it to that Pokemon and shuffle. And another 1 psychic energy. That's 50 damage for each psychic energy attached to your Pokemon. So again, very high ceiling, but very lots of damage there. The Shedinja here, that's summoned by the Ninjask. This Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack on your opponent's Pokemon EX. Your opponent can't take any prizes for it. 1 psychic energy, 20 damage. 20 damage times the number of damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright. Ooh, a Grumpig. I haven't seen this since a long time. Alright. Hope it's good. Once per turn during your turn, you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon. You may use the ability to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon anywhere you like, then shuffle the other cards into your deck. Alright. Top 4 acceleration. Going, Xerneas. Looks nice. Let's keep going. Alright, let's get into Rock Pokemon now. Alright, Hariyama. Once per turn during your turn, when a Pokemon play from your hand to evolve, you may use this ability. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active. Alright, a boss on evolution. And for fighting, while pressed, does 210 damage, but does 70 to itself. Okay. As I do 70, I mean 210. My bad. We have Lunatone. Once per turn, if you have a Solrock in play, you may discard a basic energy card from your hand to use stability. Draw 3 cards. You can use more than one Luna cycle per turn. 2 fighting, 50 damage. Okay. Cosmos Beam, 70 damage. If you don't control a Lunatone on your bench, the attack does nothing. Alright. A regular Riolu. We have the Mega Lucario. EX, 1 fighting energy, or a jab, 130, attach up to 3 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your bench Pokemon where you like. What the fuck? Mega Brave, double fighting energy, 270 damage. So your next turn, can't use this attack. Alright, you have a lot of heat here, boy, a lot of heat. Gaganacl, attacks used by your Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. Okay. A general with increased damage, not bad. Fighting for 130 damage. Mega Absol EX Doom period. If your opponent's active Pokemon has exactly 6 damage counters on it, knock it out. Damn. Cruel Claw 200 damage for dark colorless. Your opponent uses their hand and you discard a card you find there. Nice. A new Spiritomb effect. Whenever you active dark Pokemon is damaged from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on the attacking. Okay. Well, let's work on bench, so this seems pretty good. And also, it doesn't say it doesn't stack, so that means you could have 4 of these bad boys. Alright. That seems to be really nice. Cooking here. Some nice brewable stuff that possibly here. Are we into the metal types now? We have Mega Mawile EX. Metal. Really Devour. This attack does 80 damage for each prize card you have taken. Not bad. Metal Colors, big bite, 260 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has damage counters on it before this attack does damage, attack does 30 damage instead. Alright, so gotta hit with this first and then finish it off. Not bad. A Tinkatuff. Surprise him. Whenever you place Pokemon from your hand, you open your Pokemon during your turn. You may use the ability flip a coin if heads. Discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright, could be better. We have Mega Latias EX with Strife, colorless, 60 damage and swap out to your bench. Seen it before. But for fire, Psyche and colorless, illusionary pulse, 300 damage. But discard all that in. Alright, and we have it set up here. Latios to pair with it. Lustrous Assist. Over once during your turn, you may. When your Mega Latias EX moves from your bench to your active spot, you may use this ability. Move any amount of energy from your bench to your active Pokemon. Alright, and that's Water, Psychic, and the colorless to do 130 damage. Okay, so we're going to push your energy up. That's not bad. Mega Kangaskhan EX. Once during your turn, if your Pokemon is in your active spot, you may use this ability to draw 2 cards. You can't use this ability more than once each turn. Colors for the attack. Rapid fire combo, 200 plus, flip a coin until you get tails. 50 more damage each. Okay. Miltank, Delibird, Lopunny. Ooh, Gumshoe. Once during your turn rather, you may use the ability to switch a card in your hand with the top of your deck. Alright. Little cantrip. Ace Ruler's Mischief. You can only use this card if your opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining. Choose one of your Pokemon in play during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage from effects, and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon by attacks of your opponent's EX Pokemon. Okay. That's a real powerful late game supporter. And says effects and damage from effects. So if you have only one Pokemon remaining active on those last 2 prizes, you can kind of keep it going with this. That's pretty strong. We have a new boss. Well, same old art, but new boss. Dangerous Ruin. Alright, let's see. Whenever either player puts a non-basic Pokemon onto the bench, put damage counters on it. Beautiful. So it's a retrain of previously it was another stadium. That's pretty good. We have return of energy switch. We have fighting gong. Let's say show deck for basic fighting energy or a basic fighting Pokemon. Repeat and put it into your hand. Okay. Iron Defender. During your opponent's next turn, all of your metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks. Okay. Lays Determination, shuffle it into deck, draw 6. If you have exactly 6 prizes remaining, draw 8 instead. Lieutenant Surge's Bargain, asks your opponent if both players may draw a prize card. If yes, both players draw a prize card. If no, draw 6 cards. Okay. Lush Forest, each player's grass Pokemon can evolve into another grass Pokemon during the turn they are in play. Players can't evolve a Pokemon during their first turn. Oh, so after your second turn, you can just evolve your grass Pokemon. Damn, that's actually pretty strong. And because of the grass restriction, it means that Iron Dragapult decks, they can actually use that. That's pretty good. Mega Signal, so you should like find Mega Evolution Pokemon EX, reveal it, put it into your hand and shuffle. Okay, I thought it was actually going to evolve them, but that's pretty nice too. Mysterious Garden. This is another stadium. Once during your turn, player's turn. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard an energy card from their hand in order to draw a card until they have as many cards in their hand as they have psychic Pokemon in play. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Alright, next we have Pokemon Center Lady. Heal 60 damage from one of your Pokemon. It requires many special conditions. She has special gym promo there. Premium Power Pro during this turn. Power attacks done by your fighting Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. The Rare Candy. Repel. Switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to a bench Pokemon. Your opponent has to choose. Alright. Surfing Beach and another stadium. Once during your turn, each player's turn, that player may switch their active Pokemon, one Pokemon on their bench. Alright, it's a special clock. An item to evolve one of your evolved Pokemon by writing any number of evolution cards on it to your hand. Alright, that's interesting. Might some counterplay with that. Switch, Retrain, Ultra Ball Retrain, Wally's Compassion, heal all damage from one of your Mega Evolution Pokemon. Alright, no special energy. So that's basically all the items, supporters in general, items, tools, supporters, and stadiums, as well as the effect Pokemon. So yeah, we'll go through the entire set when it comes out and we can actually view it a little better. So that's about it here. Hope you enjoyed, hope it was a little insightful, and you have an idea of the brews. You also mentioned the megas, because why not? And that's about it.